Today we're going to be learning about crosses. Crosses galore today. We'll have the Latin cross, the Jerusalem cross, and the Fleurie. First things first, I'm going to start with the Jerusalem cross. Is the wooden cross? Yes, I was going to say, I was hoping that was nearby. The Jerusalem cross is a very interesting cross. I want it. I want the toy. The Jerusalem cross is a very interesting cross, and if you look at the design here, or you can look at the one on screen if it's easier, you see the big cross in the center with the 4 crosses in the corner. There's a lot of different things these 4 crosses can mean. Part of it is the 4 Gospels, reaching to the 4 corners of the earth. Another thing was the 4 gates of Jerusalem, right? There were 7, and only 4 of them had been fully active the whole time. The different crosses are called taus as well. And I want Aria, can you hold that for me really quick? Actually, will you do me a favor? Will you pass it along? I want each of them to touch it, because it's a very cool cross that Pastor actually brought in for today. It's made of olive wood, and it's handcrafted too, which is really cool to me. Another rendition of this, another example of what these crosses can represent, is the 5 wounds that Jesus had on the cross as well. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to need you to do me a favor, Miss Aria. It's okay. Will you run this up to your brother to hold on to? That way he's also a part of it, even though he doesn't want to come down. I'm kidding, Hunter. Another thing is, who wants to hang up our first cross? Go for it, Rochelle. On the tree, anywhere you find an open spot. The second cross I want to talk about today is the Fleurie. Now, you might have seen this symbol before. I don't have an actual cross of it, but it's the last symbol on the screen. You might have heard of something called the fleur de lis, and it's a French symbol, and it's the French name of a cross, and it means flowery. So it's very decorated. We often use a lot of decorations at Christmas time, right? Between the lights, the ornaments, the mangers. What am I missing? The Christmas tree. Yeah, I should have figured that. The Christmas tree. We make this cross beautiful to help us remember the love that Jesus shared for us on the cross when he had died. Who wants to hold on to this? All right, Jasmine, I saw your hand first. The last one, and the more common one for today, is the Latin cross. It's the first cross on the screen. That's the cross most of us are familiar with today, right? Most of us that we usually see. If there should be 4, so grab one of the crosses. Everybody, one person's going to have to share. So there should be another one. No, maybe there was only 3. I thought I planned this out. That's all right. The cool thing about these crosses that weren't in my notes, but I noticed today, is the crosses have the A and the omega sign. Some of them do. So the A and the omega, the alpha and the omega, the beginning and the end. And that is exactly what Jesus is called. Jesus is known, comes as the beginning and the end of all things. If you have a cross, go ahead and find a spot on the tree to hang it up as. Hang it up. Anywhere you find an open spot. Trees are meant to be decorated messily. Oh, you would ask me that tough question. Would Grandpa come pick her up? Ross, are you awake over there? Ross? Oh. Sorry, Papa. And don't knock the tree over, please. You can do it, Aria. Did you get a spot for it? Thank you, Papa. So remember that as you see the different types of crosses, different denominations use different crosses, different religions might use different crosses. Crosses all point back to Jesus. In the different ways, in the different symbols that we see on the cross itself, like this wonderful cross. So keep that in mind when you notice the crosses today. This is the Jerusalem cross. So keep in mind of that when you see the crosses. Amen?
Amen.
You guys can go back to your seats.
Thank you all for coming forward. It's good to see you all this morning, isn't it, church?